Hey guys, it's Jessie and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Pan That Palette update. So it's been a while since I've updated this series, as you guys know, but now getting into July I'm getting back into updating all of my projects, so I'm very excited to get back into the swing of things updating this one. So if you guys aren't caught up on my Pan That Palette series, I will link it up here so you guys can check it out. But I'm just working on two palettes this year to pan. I'm working on my ABH Riviera palette, and in here I'm working to hit pan on all the shades, and I've also got my Makeup Obsessions Be Obsessed With palette, which I'm working on using up. So today we do have a little bit of a switch up, which is very exciting. Going to be doing a couple of different things with this project, and I'm actually going to be getting rid and decluttering one of these palettes and moving something else in, which is very exciting. But without further ado, I'll just talk about the first palette, which is my ABH Riviera palette. So I don't have tons and tons of progress because I have been traveling and not using these palettes as much, and one of them I just haven't been very inspired with, but I've used a few of these shades a little bit, so I'll put in the progress pictures now. Is what the palette is looking like today. So you can definitely see a good amount of progress. So going through shade by shade, first of all we have Sails, which already had pan on before this month. So did Yacht. Seychelles I haven't used at all this month. I used it once in this project so far. Palermo I've used 17 times in this project but didn't use it this month. I didn't use Seaside. I've used Inheritance twice this month for 6 uses total, and haven't used Mediterranean. Then haven't used Estate. Cabana I've used 8 times this month for 14 uses total, and I don't know how well you can see, but we do actually have a decent dip starting to form in there. Coastline already had pan. Bahamas I only used once in this project at all. Monte Carlo already had pan. I've used Ken's twice but not this month, and then Palm I've used 33 times this month for 62 uses total, and I use this one in my brows, and as you can see we have got a very good dip forming in there now, definitely more than before. There is a big dip in there, so I do think we'll have pan in maybe 2 or 3 months time. So yeah, overall this is what the palette is looking like now. We have some really good progress. I'm really happy with it. Trouble is there are 3 blue shades in here, and I don't use blue shades too often, but Cabana is something I'm getting some really good use out of. That's a really pretty shade, and Palm obviously as well. So I do use this palette every day, at least using Palm every day, and I do really like it. Mediterranean was my focus shade, and unfortunately I haven't used that. It is a really pretty blue shade, but I just don't do blue looks super frequently. It's very, very pretty. That is what it looks like there, but I do overall like it, and will continue to work on this palette and just kind of power through. Then we have my Makeup Obsessions Be Obsessed With palette. I will put in the progress pictures. I haven't used this one all too much. But here is what the palette is looking like now. So this month I've used Fixate 6 times. I've used Drive, which is this one, once. I've used Craze, which is this one, my focus shade, 3 times, and then I've used Fan, which is this one, twice. So really not much progress, and to be completely honest, I don't really love this palette. It's a drugstore palette. The quality is okay. It was much better when I got it. I got it in July of 2019, I believe, so it is very old now, or it is 3 years old now, so I definitely think it is past its best. It does say a 12-month expiration date on the back. Obviously I don't pay attention to that really, but it's 2 years past the expiration. It's decent quality, the mattes are okay, but overall I just would much rather use other things. I don't like reaching for it, and overall I don't want to pan something I don't really enjoy. Like this one, the shades I still really enjoy. I think they all perform amazingly. Like I have no issues with this palette, but this one I'm only reaching for because it's my Pan That palette, and whereas this one, it is my Pan That palette, but I also would want to reach for it. So yeah, I think this one is actually going to be decluttered, and I am going to be rolling in new palette to focus on, as it is a mid-year refresh type of thing. So this one will be being decluttered now, and I've thought for a while about this, but the palette I think I'm going to be rolling in instead. I wanted something that was reasonably old in my collection, so not one of my newer palettes, because obviously I like to work through things in kind of oldest things that are going to kind of go bad first. I wanted something that I would actually use on a regular basis and something that I could probably see decent progress in. So for that reason I've chose my Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I know I am technically working on 2 ABH palettes, but this is probably my favourite ABH palette, this one or Ambrisi. I really do enjoy it. I got this one in December of 2020, so a reasonably long time ago, maybe about 2 years, a year and a half to 2 years ago. So we do have still a decent amount of time on this. It is it's expiring about now according to the shelf life. Obviously I don't really pay attention to that, and I do find I'm reaching for a brown quite a lot to kind of add to my looks, and this I can obviously reach for one in this palette because it's got a lot of neutrals, and also I find that ABH shadows I can get decent progress on, so you guys will actually want to see. So here is what the palette looks like now. Obviously we don't have any pans in here just yet. I think my goal for this palette will be to hit pan in all the shades. I'm not looking to use anything up, but I think the easiest shades for me to pan will probably be these kind of 4 here, these kind of mid-tone neutrals. Obviously Tempera I can very easily hit pan in, that's a white setting shade, then hopefully use these as kind of an inner corner ones and these ones on the lid. So I'm very excited to kind of get some more use out of this palette. I have used it a medium amount or so I'd say, but it does look still reasonably new-ish. Rustic's the only shade there that has a dip because I use that in my pan those eyeshadows, and I don't think we're too far away from panning that either. So we'll be rolling this one in, and I'm very excited to see it progress on that and see where it goes, because I really do like the palette. So I thought mid-year would be a perfect time for a little refresh, and I'm really excited to have a new palette to focus on. I definitely think this is going to kind of re-inspire me for this project, and I'm really excited to use the new shades and kind of see how these palettes work together as well. I love the ABH formula, they're some of my favourite palettes, and yeah, both very excited to use both of these. So I really hope you guys did enjoy this update and are excited to see kind of the new direction this project takes. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like down below. You can hit subscribe, turn on the bell to join a little club. Make sure you turn on all notifications so that you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. If you want to watch my other videos, there'll be 2 on the screen now to pick from, as well as a load linked up in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!